Is your child a natural-born entertainer? Now is their chance to join the most talented youth dance crew in the Mid-South, the Blue Bunch. The Blue Bunch entertains Grizz Nation with their energetic dance routines and even have the opportunity to collaborate on performances with leading artists in the entertainment industry. Kids ages 7 to 17 are invited to show off their skills and personality for their chance to join the next generation of NBA entertainers. Open auditions are Saturday, June 28th. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions now for more information.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
With a knockaway.
Good defense.
Durant attacking, spinning, hanging, and hitting.
Let's go. Let's go.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals takes it straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Are you ready? Creed. By overwhelming demand, the Summer of '99 tour returns. July 27th, FedEx Forum. With very special guest, Daughtry. And Mammoth. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Don't miss Creed with Daughtry and Mammoth. The Summer of '99 tour.
The First Ladies of FedEx Forum, the Grizz Girls, are known across the NBA for setting the standard for professional dance and entertainment, and they are looking for dancers to join their team for the 2025-2026 season. With the chance to gain professional dance experience and connect with the Memphis community, auditioning for the Grizz Girls is an opportunity you do not want to miss. Come show up at Open Call Auditions Saturday, July 26th at the Memphis Sports and Events Center. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions now for more information.
1, 2, 3. Ready, go.
Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
I thought Penny was smart to handle this the way he handled it. He expressed frustration with the system, the chaotic nature of it. The price hike on eggs ain't got nothing on the price hike on basketball players. The same dude who cost you $150,000 last summer is costing you $500,000 right now. I understand his sentiment, but he stopped well short of criticizing PJ Haggerty.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Live from downtown Memphis, this is the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Chris Vernon.
Here we go. It's noon on GrindCityMedia.com. It's Chris Vernon Show. Welcome. It's a Friday, May 23rd, 2025 edition of the show. Today on the show, Western Conference Finals stayed lame. It's Oklahoma City took game number 2 in easy fashion against the Minnesota Timberwolves. We go through everything that took place last night in the West Finals. East Finals are back up on deck as the Knicks are in what I feel like is a must-win situation against the Indiana Pacers in Game 2 at Madison Square Garden. We'll get you ready for the weekend ahead as it is a 3-day weekend and Memorial Day. We'll get to all the news and notes of the day. It is a Friday, and at least for today, it is a beautiful day. So smile, let's do it. Turn it up. Yeah. I hope everybody's having a good day. All right, ton of stuff to get to on the show today, not the least of which is what we watched in the Western Conference Finals last night that saw the Oklahoma City Thunder up by 24 going into the fourth quarter. Before I get to anything, I welcome John Roser to the show. John Roser, a.k.a. the Cologne Ranger, the Body Spray Bandit in your sack. Johnny Backpole, Johnny Bearcat, John Asparagus, Johnny Netcarb, John Lance. He's Yogi Roser. He's Dr. Thunder. Hello, John.
Shout out to our buddy Blake. Used to be an intern here for the Grizzlies. Now works for the Blazers. Sent me an autographed picture of Toumani Camara.
Wow.
A couple of weeks ago when we asked for, I said, I need a Camara jersey on the air. He said, I couldn't get you a jersey, but this is the best I can do.
You know.
And he says he hopes me, Chris, Devin, and the Grizz are doing well.
All right. Well, look, that is a very valuable thing you have gotten.
Second team all defense right there.
Second team all defense. Devin Walker's here. He's the microphone mangler. Senor Quasadilla, Mr. Math, Navo Joe, the reporter, the photographer, he's Sir His. He's Walker 93.
You asked for a jersey, he sent you a card. Okay, the Grizzlies didn't
autographed.
Wow.
Autographed.
The Grizzlies didn't win a championship, Verno, but we left with something. The best in the world, Craig. My guy, Corey McCain, equipment manager of the year.
He did win Equipment Manager of the Year.
Equipment Manager of the Year.
Shout out Bree, shout out D, and the rest of that team down there. They cook, bro.
There are equipment managers for every team in the NBA, but the best one is in Memphis,
You did
Tennessee.
it right, baby. Shout out Corey McCain,
Wait,
man.
hold on.
Let's go.
Hold on a second. You know, last year, what was it? Was this?
Well,
I found this the other day.
Oh.
This was our back-to-back division champions.
Yes.
So now we're gonna change this. We're gonna have equipment.
Shout out my guy Corey, man. He the hardest working man in the biz, man. The rest of his team, Bree, D, everybody down there, man. Behind the scenes. There you go. He got the banner. Hang the banner, Verno. Let's go. You see that? It won't even hang.
It's not even going to hang.
There it goes.
There we go. Equipment Manager of the Year.
Shout out Corey, man.
Hang the banner.
So much hard work goes on down there. All this stuff y'all see with the accessories, the headbands, the shoes, the socks, everything that the travel, they work so hard, man. So
the ankle braces.
And
all you gotta do.
And you never know who's going to be playing on a night-to-night basis.
I will say, my guy Corey had a whale of a time last year trying to figure out what jerseys to put on.
Frankly, he should have gotten it last year when we had 65 players.
Right.
Just keeping track of all those jerseys.
Like, who are you, new guy? Look at
there
that.
It is.
Hang the banner.
Equipment manager of the year.
Shout out CM McCann.
Big time.
That's my
he
dog.
had to give Tosan a jersey last year. Remember we had Tosan for a little bit?
We had a little buddy with the hook shot. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to our people, man. They work hard down there. I just want to give my guy some love. Talk about the finals now.
You know, you became Mr. Wolf. You had your little ant bobblehead.
Oh, he's still
you
there.
You had all your gear, your Minnesota gear, and everything
here.
like. No. I mean, but this isn't fun.
I mean, it's not. I mean,
me and Roser were gonna be. We're with you. Like, you know what? We'll rock with him. It's going to hurt me to root for Rudy Gobert, but I love Mike Conley, who, by the way, is the only guy with a plus-minus in the positive in the whole deal.
Plus 19.
Roser's gone already.
Take a poop?
No, I think he went to go get some Thunder gear probably because he's done. He is done.
Switching sides on me?
No, I'm not. I'm still here.
Okay, all right. Wolves
but
back.
my God, make a shot.
It's tough out here, bro.
Look, this is what.
It's tough.
Look, at least the Grizzlies, like, we could be like, all right, we got two of our, our starting small forward went out, our sixth man is out, starting a rookie at center, then Ja Morant gets hurt after you're up by 27 in the game, and but this one, they got their 8 guys, and they have been rendered so ineffective, it's unbelievable, and. Watching last night. Oh, here he goes. See, I knew it. Here comes the heel turn.
It didn't take long.
Here it comes.
He
can't help himself.
Being a Timberwolves fan is not fun. It has not been fun, so we're going back to the Thunder here.
It didn't take long.
It seems way more fun to be Dr. Thunder.
That's just the way.
Hey, bro. Look, man.
That's
hashtag Wolves back.
You know what?
Don't you dare, bro. Don't you dare.
I can't. I can't at this point. I can't. I'm in too deep. But my God, these Timberwolves are a colossal disappointment so far. Yeah. And you know what? I already have never been able to stand Rudy Gobert, and now I watch it, and I'm like, I need you to be good.
Do something.
Where are all the nerds now?
Do something.
Where are the nerds?
Where are they?
Well, see, Rudy Gobert, finally, he showed you what you don't understand is rim protection. And
every year, a guy that's won 55 Defensive Players of the Year has been rendered totally ineffective.
Yep.
It's just a matter of at what point. At what point does it happen? What point did it happen to the Jazz? And now at what point does it happen to the Timberwolves? And the answer is the Western Conference Finals 2 years in a row. And and this has been, look, this does affect us in a way, in the sense that, we have the big lug center as well. I just hate drop coverage. I just do. I hate it. And I think that once you get to the highest level, it got to the point where the Bucks, they're having to play Bobby Portis instead of Brook Lopez when they're playing against the Suns, right? There's always going to come a time where you're playing a team good enough to where it's like, bro, you can't play this way.
Yeah.
You can't play this way where it's like, my guy, because I'll go 5 out on you, or in their case, I'll just make 10-footer after 10-footer after 10-footer after 10-footer.
That zone, they saw that zone so much against the Nuggets, I think, that they figured out how to break it, because they're flashing Caruso to the front throw line. If you step up, I'll drop. If you stay back, I'm gonna just float.
You got Chet, you got the push shot for Hartenstein. It's and Jalen Williams is unbelievable. So here's the deal. I went on the mismatch last night because we recorded right after the show, and I said I started the show. I said I'm gonna surprise you, Jacoby. Honestly, I think that was. I know that everybody's in love with the Thunder and their opportunities to win. I think that might have been the most impressed I have been. And here's why.
Same here.
You think?
Yeah,
okay,
I feel the same way.
Here's why. If you're Minnesota, theoretically, you've made your adjustments, right? Here's what went wrong for us in game one. We shot 51 threes. We didn't make shots. Some of those shots, those open ones, are going to drop. And here's what we can do defensively different to be able to prepare for this. Here's what we can do offensively different to prepare for this. And so maybe you're not going to win the game in Oklahoma City, but you are going to compete at a much higher level than you did, right? Like the losing team, especially when you lose by 24 or 26 or whatever the hell they lost by in the first. I mean, they got run out in the first game. So if you get run out in the first game, I mean, we've seen this over the history of the NBA, right? You get run out in the first game, then the second game ends up becoming a war.
Yeah.
Because it's like one team, they're looking at their film and they're going, you know what? Guys, we got to keep doing what we do and blah, blah, blah. And the other team's going, no, this is our problem, this is our problem, this is our problem. Now we're going to address said problems for game two. Now, and then by the time you get to game three, now both teams have kind of felt each other out. And now, like, this is the yin and yang. This is how series go, right? They're usually a roller coaster. But the fact that they mangled them again, and it was worse this time. I don't care what the final margin was.
It was bad.
Because
it was bad.
You're theoretically making your adjustment. This is why it was worse. In game one, I think you could probably, if you're Minnesota, and I view this through the prism of the games that we've watched for so many years, right? If you're game one, you're sitting there and you're going, bro, we took 51 threes. We got no points in the paint. We turned the ball over way too much. And Naw and Dante and Naj Reid and these guys, Jaden fouled out and was in foul trouble, like even by the third quarter, and only got to play 20-something minutes. And Ant only took 13 shots, and like there's a bunch of things that you could say. Here's where this went awry, and here's our problems, bro. It's like they had the idea of like, all right, here obviously Ant's going to be more aggressive. Here's what we're going to do with this. Here's what we're going to do with that. And played decently well in the first half until the catastrophic end of the first half, which was a step back SGA 3 and then a ridiculous Dante DiVincenzo foul, a screen, which he has been useless, like totally useless in this, okay? And it was a foul. That was. So now the numbers on 3, it went to 8 within the last 30 seconds of the whatever. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
And now you walk into the locker room with your head down because, like,
right.
You just had this
It's not
game.
a one-possession game. It's a 3-possession game now.
You make a small mistake and they make you pay for it.
Right. And so then by the second half, this is why I say it was the most impressive to me, because one team's got their backs against the wall. They got to win. Look, we talk about this all the time, and I know there is this trope of series doesn't start until somebody wins on the road, whatever, right? Or in the end, this is different. If you lose this game, you've got to beat a team that just won 68 games 4 out of 5 times. You have no chance of doing that. You're not beating them 4 out of 5. You might be able to go 3-2, right? Yeah. You might be able to go 3-2. But the only way you can go 3-2 is if you put yourself at 1-1. You're not going 4-1 against that team, okay? I'm sorry.
78-17 on the season, and 60 of those wins are by double digits. 60.
Right.
Of those 78 wins are about double digits, bro.
Okay, so
come on.
Your back's against the wall, and then here's the thing. They imploded. Every one of them. Like, that's why, to me, that was the most impressive one, because they absolutely broke them. You saw it. They broke the coach, who abandoned their second best player, who abandoned their center, who abandoned their seventh man and Devin Chet. Like, these guys are sitting on the bench with towels on their head. Yeah. Edwards is going crazy.
My boy Jamie Daniels just said, F it, bro. I'm tired of this dude. I'm tired of this dude cooking me, bro, and push him in the back.
Two-hand pushes him.
I'm like, I felt that, but, like, you got to chill.
And then, so you have all those guys that get broken. It felt like they broke them mentally last night.
Yeah.
And then Ant, who is the face of the franchise, walks out instead of doing media.
Yeah.
No, they were that's.
I mean, it's like all the frustration. Like,
you see it,
because one team just keeps on plugging away, keeps on playing, and you see the other team just. I mean, they are so inside their own head by the time they're getting run out on. Yeah. You can see it.
You can see the doubt. You can see the self-doubt.
In real time, when they go on that little like spurts, those like 7-0 spurts or 6-0 spurts, you can see like, oh shit.
And they just keep their head down and keep on playing. And the other thing is, and we've talked about this a lot through the prism of the Grizzlies, how do you get it so that John Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Desmond Bane can be simultaneously awesome? How? How does that happen? Like, that's what you need.
That's what I was worried about with Randall, bro. I said this before the West Conference Finals happened. He was feasting on small front courts, bro.
And then
now he's playing big people and he can't score. Look like Angel Reese out there.
Well, and then, hey, how about this?
Throwing that off the backboard. Come on, man. Like Angel Reese, bro.
And then he has that miserable, drops his shoulder in. On a charge, and then he's running down the court smiling. They're down by like 16.
Yeah,
I'm like, get out.
You in that terrible haircut? Go sit down somewhere.
Get out of here, right? So you brought up on the other side. Ant was 12 for 26 is not great, but he's gaining the attention. And the other thing is, Ant didn't turn the ball over one time, I don't think, last night.
He did.
He had 0 turnovers in the game, which is exactly what you need. He needs somebody to come along and ride for him. You flip that when I said, Morant, Bane, Jaren, and we've talked about that ad nauseum, right? How can you get your 3 best players to be effective at the same time? Last night was like the best of with Gilgeous-Alexander, Williams, and Chet. All 3 of them were so this is what I say. That's why I say it was the most impressive one. You got all 3 of your best guys cracking. One was 1A,
MVP,
and he's MVP
level.
Just cooking them.
Looking like Kobe out there.
But then Jalen Williams was an amazing number 2. Yeah. Chet Holmgren was an amazing number 3. Yeah. And it's like, bro, you got all. Who are you stopping? You're not stopping any of them.
If you're the Timberwolves, you're like, you know what? Role players play better at home. Well, shit, the role players didn't have to play.
Right.
The stars were
They're the only 3 that scored in double figures for Oklahoma City last night.
And Dagnall didn't even play his bench. Yeah. Look, Aaron Wiggins, which you don't even remember the 9 minutes he played.
Nah.
The other 2, he played Kason and he played Caruso, and those are the only 2 guys that played over 10 minutes outside of his starting 5. Like he played, but he played that thing like a must-win.
Yeah,
that was 7 deep.
Yeah,
right. He didn't go. Kendrick Williams had a minute, and Isaiah Joe had 3 minutes, and Wiggins I think played 9 minutes. Like Jalen Williams isn't even playing, and he was like super effective in the Denver series.
Yeah,
he's not even touching the floor for that team.
I hate to say it, but
and then I was listening to something and I was reminded that they had a lottery pick. They picked last year with a torn ACL that didn't even play Topic or whatever, who's supposed to be amazing. I was like, oh my God.
Of course.
They picked a guy in the lottery who was like one of the top European prospects, and he didn't even play this year.
I hate them so much.
And they've got so many picks that even when they miss on them, it doesn't matter. Because like that Ousmane Jing, like, dude, he doesn't.
Poku.
Yeah, like they can miss on these guys, and it doesn't matter because they have so many picks.
Bro, I hate how good they are. I hate how much of a great guy SGA is. I hate it so much. They're showing video of him like signing people's foreheads and like.
Did you
I'm
hear
like,
that?
Bro, like, be a bad guy, bro.
Did you hear about the
trying to hate?
Hey, everybody was seeing all that video about the Rolex thing or whatever.
Yeah, his teammates,
He's giving everybody a Rolex or whatever. He also gave them also in the gift bag. Not only did he give them a Rolex, he gave them an iPhone, a Canada Goose jacket, and something else.
A custom joint too. A custom Canada
all
Goose
3
jacket.
of them.
Yeah, Stop being a good guy, bro.
They were like the gift bags were like over $10,000 a piece.
Trying to hate.
Did you see the Mark Dagnall thing?
After the game, we talking
They asked him if he got one. Because
he
he said, I heard Shea, say everybody was a part of this, whatever. And he's like, no, but I didn't get it. I guess everybody.
he left the coach.
I guess everybody doesn't need a watch or something like that. Something like that.
I can use that then. You didn't even get the coach a bag.
That was really funny.
What an a-hole.
That was really funny.
Get your coach.
He did not. Yeah, he was like, no, I didn't get a Rolex.
That's crazy, bro. He just got everybody a Rolex.
And a Canada Goose jacket and an iPhone.
Everybody got a phone, bro.
I got you, but I mean, he obviously and look, when you get the MVP and then you go out and play like the NBA MVP,
yep,
that's something.
It shuts everything up, bro. It shuts everything up.
He looked like the best player by far on the floor last night. He was unbelievable.
Yep. He was showing emotion. I'm like, bro, you acting different, bro.
Yeah, he was great. Well, that's because Chris Paul was sitting next to his wife. He said that. You didn't see that? The press conference?
I saw his press conference talking about CFP.
He was like, I looked over and I was like, who's sitting next to my wife? He's like, oh, that's Chris.
Chris Paul. Thunder alumni, Chris Paul, by the way. Yeah. You see that?
Did you see him on the pregame? He was on the pregame.
I saw.
I didn't even remember this. So you remember when he went there, and I lauded Chris Paul because unlike many guys that would be multiple-time All-Star Hall of Fame level players, if they would have gotten traded to Oklahoma City like he did from Houston, they would have just been like, I'm not playing here, or I'm sitting out, whatever. Instead, he threw the whole franchise on his back and damn near won a first round. You know what I mean? Like, they were like a real seed.
Yeah.
And that was like the team that had, it's just a mismatch of everybody. And so, anyways, he was on the pregame show last night. And he was talking about being, of course, they're asking him a bunch of Shea questions or whatever else. But the other thing is, he was talking about the fans in Oklahoma City, and he was talking about that year that he spent with Shea and the year that he was back there. And he goes, and most people don't remember this. He goes, I played my first 2 seasons here.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like,
he did.
I totally forgot
I forgot about that because he wore the Oklahoma City jersey and they had like a red jersey they wore. Yeah,
I totally forgot that too.
I forgot about
Oklahoma.
So I didn't even.
New Orleans,
was
right?
that when they moved from Charlotte to New Orleans?
I didn't even remember that.
They played in Oklahoma City while.
Yeah.
Why did they play there?
I didn't even remember that was a thing.
Oklahoma City Hornets. Yep.
Yeah, and he was
because of Katrina, Roser.
It was Katrina. Okay.
He said, so I played here. And then he said, and then I came back and played again. He's like, I love it here. I didn't even remember that Chris Paul. In fact, when we talked about it when he got traded to Oklahoma City, and then I lauded him for being like the star that got traded to the small market that didn't say, I don't want to be there. I don't want to do this. Instead, he just put the whole franchise on his back and turned him into a really good team, and obviously had a profound impact on Gilgeous-Alexander, who's now an MVP. And Gilgeous-Alexander, I have talked 1,000 times about my I have lamented the fact that we have, they always say we're unintentionally young, but it's like, bro, just have vets on the team, right? And the importance of having veteran leadership and the importance of, and if you listen to Alexander last night after the game, he was asked about Chris Paul being there and supporting him.
Yeah.
Bro, he went on, and it wasn't even about basketball.
Nope.
He was like, it was about raising a family when you're out of town a lot of times. It was about what to do business-wise. It was about how to move socially. It was about, he's like, I lean on him for everything. And he's like, and he has taught me about how to be a pro and how to manage life as a professional athlete. And I'm like,
see?
That's the thing, right? When we lauded at the very beginning, when we had Solomon Hill and we had Jay Crowder and we had a bunch of Jonas Valanciunas and Kyle Anderson and Tyus Jones, whatever, those guys have an effect. It's not just about basketball on the floor, right? Yeah. And sometimes, and to watch him last night talk about how much Chris Paul has meant to him in just he said how to eat, how to take care of my body, and it's like all of these things. And
because he said most of the NBA basketball is not on the court.
You cannot roll your eyes at this.
Once you figure out
that's real.
You figure out all that stuff. He was like, I figured out all that, that's when I could be a good basketball player. Because like a lot of majority of the NBA is not playing basketball. It's like figuring out the off the court stuff, the family, the this, the
how to deal
eating,
with this, how to deal with that, how to deal with this, how to deal with that.
Then you hoop.
Right.
Because you're all professionals.
And he had this amazing mentor.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't understand. That can never be discounted.
I was listening to Paulo on that podcast the other day in here, and he did the same thing. Because they asked him about like who kind of got like who's the one that played Impact. He brought up his first couple years in the NBA. He was like, I had Terrence Ross, I had Mikal Fultz, I had all these dudes around me. I'm a 19-year-old coming in the league. I'm bug-eyed. And they were like, bro, they just told me, yo, this is what you do. This is what you do. And now we look up Paulo as one of the young stars. And he credits. Now, he ain't crediting the people he's playing with now. He's crediting the vets he played with his first 2 years.
Right. That's every player.
Yeah.
Yep.
Every player talks about how a guy was like a big brother to me and whatever else, right?
Yeah.
That's why, and that's also.
By the way, those are the Wild Oklahoma City jerseys.
Oh, wow.
That's a classic, bro. I got to find one of them, bro.
Oh, man, those are old school.
Wow.
That's a real throwback.
I always remember.
Did you guys even remember that?
Yeah, I remember it.
I mean, no, you remember it once he says it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I never thought about that ever. He was like, I played my first 2 years here. And I was like, what?
Yeah, and
I was like, you did?
If you said Chris Paul played at Oklahoma City his first years, I'd be like, wait, when? Then I was like, oh, I remember this, but nah, just off the rip now.
I don't even know. Yeah.
Because they had those Valentine's Day jerseys that were red. I remember that. That was a thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was a Valentine's Day uniform.
So anyways, look, Oklahoma City, they broke them last night.
They did.
Yeah,
they
broke them.
My boy, the Timberwolves got a problem, bro. It's our guy, Mike Conley. Because I found a stat. Mike Conley, in his 44 minutes, they won the series by 17 points. When he sat, they lost by 59 points. The problem is Mike can't really guard anymore, but on the offensive end, he's so steady.
They can't run offense with that. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Van Vliet. When we saw that Houston team go through that swoon without him and then come back, it's just a guy to organize, but more importantly, a guy that has to be on, like they at least guard him. He can make open threes, but he doesn't shoot a lot.
No.
But he's not going to turn the ball over. He's going to keep the ball moving.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's open, he will shoot threes, right? And it's like, when you're in a world where their driving lanes are shut down, and that's the other issue they have. When you're going boxes and elbows, you can't, there's no driving lanes for Anthony Edwards. Even when he drives, you're seeing him slink between three guys to get to where he needs to be. He has to beat three guys and slink between them. I mean, he's a crazy athlete, but Randall cannot stretch the floor and Gobert cannot stretch the floor. And so, bro, Naz Reid has to hit shots, and Dante DiVincenzo has to hit shots. And it's like, maybe they will at home. Maybe they will. There's part of it that you go, bro, they have shot 8. They've shot 93s, I think. It was 51 in the first game. I think it was 39 last night.
Yeah, 39.
Yeah, okay, and they're shooting under 30%.
Yeah,
right. I mean.
Yeah, the role players better at home. And to the point about Mike Conley, too, when we talk about these.
I got to look at shot quality.
When you talk about those runs, Roser, you know who's the one to say, yo, it's going to be all right, bro. Stop, keep pushing. Let's keep rolling. The dude that's been there before. Mike Conley's going to be like, Ant, it's okay, bro. Let's keep playing.
Yeah.
Ant, pick your head up. Jaden, it's okay.
And they can hide him well enough on defense.
Yeah.
I honestly think in that fourth quarter, when they cut down the lead to 10 at one point or whatever, I think you're going to see a lot more of the just run to it, Shea, and live with the results.
Yeah.
Just go into scramble mode. Just scramble mode it.
Yeah.
And, bro, if Caruso and Chet and but you can't. That's why I say the reason it was the most impressive to me, it's like, bro, you adjusted and their 3 best players were awesome and efficient.
No, we're going to look back. We're going to end up looking. Yeah, because we're going to look back, and the Nugget series was the series. That was the one. That was their Warriors Grizzlies series. That's what it was. And now they've seen it all.
No, that you adjusted, and that's what you came up with? The fact that all 3 of them ended up cooking you?
They tried the zone, bro. Like you said, that zone.
They've seen it all now.
We've seen this zone before.
They've seen it.
Flash high post.
No, you're right. I think that was probably the best thing for them.
That Denver series.
Seeing it, because you watch them. There's no befuddled. No. They're attacking
We're getting right to it. High post, swing out. You don't step up. High post, swing out, 3 ball. You don't step up, swing, drop down. It's clockwork, bro.
Yep. And that Denver team was one of those that's dude, they play how they play. They know what they're doing.
Okay, it
And
was.
when you can beat them, it says a lot.
Shot quality was 120 to 115, so closer game. Like if again, you're playing it out on paper. These are the shots. I mean, Oklahoma City still wins, but it's closer.
Yeah,
right.
I like what you said. They're gonna have to figure out to do the Shea. Don't let Shea just walk the ball.
They can't think about.
I mean, they're trying to. No, they're manning up on him.
Yeah,
and Jay.
It's like, dude, just do the whole. We're running to get the ball out of your hands, and now we're going scramble mode and live with the results. And if Lou Dort's going to shoot his 60-foot-high three-pointer that drops in, has anybody ever what's that? Hey, what's that apparatus they have that's at the thing? You know what I'm talking about? What's the name of that device? The shooting device that you
the
have
shooting gun?
No. There's the net. The Mavericks were the very first ones. The one that first won the title back in the 2010s.
Yeah.
The Mavericks were the first one to ever have this. It's it's almost like that place that you can go shoot 360. It measures your arc, and you have to shoot it basically over. Like the only way to make it is to shoot it over the net.
Net thing,
What's the name of that thing? There is a name of that device, and but you have to
shoot away.
No, you have to shoot it so high, and it's an NBA shooting device. And the Mavericks were the first ones that spent the money on it because, of course, Cuban was always on the forefront of like any kind of technology. But that I feel like Lou Dort has just spent. Yes. It's so high.
Yeah, he does. He shoots that thing. A lot of arc on it.
He makes it though.
When he makes it, it's swish.
He started to make it.
No rim.
I wish Nas Reed would make something.
Bro, I'm telling you,
Man,
bro.
is he costing himself some money?
Costing himself a lot of bread.
Bro, people have tattoos of his name.
Yeah.
Come be a Grizzly.
What? We played Oklahoma City. We don't need anybody. Look, we already have enough guys that can't make shots against Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
What? That's a team to beat.
They are, bro. They play.
I don't want somebody that just played their worst basketball ever against them. I want somebody that played well against them. Give me Christian Brown.
I know, right? And like I said, if I was I'm Wolves back, bro. I still got faith in the Wolves, but it makes me
to do what,
bro?
Yeah. The answer is to do what? Like they got to figure out how to win.
It's a miracle of win games.
Fight back.
They got to figure out how to get a game. They're not going to win the series, but they got to figure out how to get a game.
Look, here's where we're at right now. It's a miracle to get 6.
Fight back.
Yeah, they look so much. I haven't seen Minnesota has not looked like this.
They got to win 2 games to get to 6.
No, Dev. I think that's part of the. No, Dev. I think that's part of the problem.
I think they can win 3. We were up 27.
They can. No, they absolutely can, Dev. But I think part of the problem that you're saying when you're saying fight back, I think that's what last night was.
They tried.
And what was that?
It was the first half we're watching. I'm like, I texted you. I was like, it feels like Minnesota's right there, but it feels like this is so difficult for them to do any of this.
I mean,
and then Oklahoma City just stays with it.
In the first half, they were making threes. Their turnovers were low. They had all kinds of stuff going their way, and they're down 8.
Yeah, it was tough.
And Oklahoma City wasn't making threes. He didn't make anything.
Oklahoma City
they didn't make threes last night either.
They did what they're supposed to do. They won the first 2 home games. I'm alarmed because of how they did it, because the role players.
That's the problem.
The role players didn't do dick, and they won by 15.
That's the problem.
That's what I'm scared. I'm like, yo.
They have so many ways they can win.
The role players didn't do nothing.
Bro, I don't care what the margin was. If they would have put their foot on the gas, they'd have won that by 40.
Julius Randle, do something, bro.
They took their foot off the gas. You saw it. And then they did they should teach the Knicks. Here's how you blow a lead, but still, it's like, okay, when it gets to 10, make a 3. Get it back up to 13. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then get it to 16 and whatever. But you can't just let it dwindle completely down. Like, they did let it get from 24 to 10.
Yeah.
They did. And then they did.
And then Nas Reed threw the ball to Alex Caruso on some cross-court pass. Like, what are you doing? What is wrong with you?
Throwing a cross-court pass against that team is not easy to do anyway.
He got it. Oh, we got it.
Good pass, Santi.
Everybody needs a Heem. Everybody needs a Heem, God.
Appreciate it.
Nas Reed is theirs.
And Julius Randle, 2 for. So that's I think. Here's the thing, though, Dev. This is why I'm like, bro, if you win by 1,000. Which they did in game 1. That was a run out.
Yeah.
And then in the next game, all your best players are awesome and the other team's best players stink outside of one.
Yeah.
And then,
so hopeful.
And then he walked out of the press conference. Then you got Jaden crashing out. Then it's a lot of frustration.
We haven't seen them be this rattled. We haven't seen Minnesota. Even the Mavericks West Finals, they didn't get rattled.
Wasn't it 2 years ago that Jay McDaniels broke his hand hitting a wall?
Yeah,
he punched a wall.
Sorry, he a little crazy, bro. Shout out Jay.
Yeah, but that wasn't like in the game.
By the way, I think that was against Shea.
Yeah, but I'm saying like
I'm serious.
But I'm saying like even the West Finals last year, we didn't see Minnesota like they weren't like rattled like this. They look like they don't believe they can beat them,
dude.
They're professional basketball players, Roger. They don't think like that.
I think
I can't give you that
no. It is a problem when Rudy Gobert is walking to the bench like this, and your other vet, Julius Randle, is smiling. He's 2 for 11.
You see him tell his kid, he told his wife to leave the game. You see that video?
Come on.
You see that video?
I mean, I would have left him.
It was like 6 minutes left. He was telling
probably
like,
left him.
He was like, "Yo, go ahead and leave.
Yeah,
I can go home."
Yeah, well, you've seen my 2 makes.
The Angel Reese tribute game.
You've seen my 2 makes, honey.
I'm not doing much
See
more.
back at the hotel.
I'm not doing much more.
2.
Bro.
Yeah.
He was throwing them up the backboard.
2.
And all of his shots were he took 3 threes in the corner, and the rest of them within 3 feet. Deuce, that's what I told you. This is what I was worried about with Julius Randle, bro. He was cooking them little front lines, bro, with the Lakers and the Warriors, with dudes that don't have no inside presence. You see real big men now, and now you shoot 2 for 11. That's what I was worried. I was scared of it, and now my worst fear is coming to fruition. Julius Randle and his bad haircut are ruining my Western Conference Finals.
Maybe he'll get it back together at home. But, I mean, you can't have more turnovers than you have make shots. That's like that's an old basketball adage.
Is it? You can't have more turnovers than me.
Yeah, you've had a bad game. If you have more turnovers than field goal makes, that's not good.
Yeah.
In fact, it's abysmal.
Minnesota.
He turned it over 4. He had double the amount of turnovers that he had made field goals. He's their second best player.
It's tough. It's like how?
How, bro?
How?
That's what I'm saying. And so that's why I am like down on them. It's because, dude, you came out with a back against the wall game 2, and your second player was rendered benched, and your third and your center was rendered benched, and the other team's 3 best players all had like career nights. Yeah. Come on, bro. Come on.
They made more threes. They made more free throws, and you got beat by 15. That's.
And it could have been way worse.
It could have been way worse.
I mean, they're up 24 going into the fourth. Like that's 12 minutes of like, okay, let's just get done with this.
When String Bean Chet starts screaming in people's faces, I was like, yeah, I'm so mad at this. He dunked the ball. I was like, I'm like, come on, bro. You can't let Chet Holmgren scream in your face, bro.
Yeah,
Chet Holmgren, bro.
He did it. Yeah, he did it.
He did it.
Come on, bro.
Big Chet.
Chet?
Yeah.
I'll tell you this.
Come on, T-Wolves. You can't go out like this.
Let me say this on the Chet Holmgren front.
Oh, no.
Yep. Because there's a lot of, like, skinny Chet and whatever. Chet Holmgren, I've seen this. There's 2 guys in the league right now. 2 guys. Mark my words on this. You mark my words. That are following the Jaren Mobley type path, which is you come in as a string bean, and if they fill out, now I don't know what kind of weight these guys can put on them. I don't know.
He probably won't.
I don't know. You look. Don't ever say never. Say never. Okay.
You don't have genetics though.
Never say never. Never say never. If there's 2 guys that are a lot like Mobley and Jaren in terms of you see them and they're kind of, they're light in the pants at the beginning and they're real, they're skinny. They can get tomato chested, as we would say, right? And then they they become a man, they start maturing, and then they start to fill out. And there's 2 of these guys that I think are going to be absolute monsters when they do. One of them is Chet, and the other one is that kid in Houston, Jabari. They're both too skinny still.
Yeah.
They're both too skinny still, and you see how good they are being skinny.
Yeah.
Wait till both of them put on some muscle, because Chet's a dog.
Yeah.
Chet blocks you at the rim. Chet dunks on your head. He plays hard as hell.
Yeah.
Like him and Jabari, Jabari's like that too.
Yeah.
But Jabari just doesn't do enough down low because he's so light.
Yeah.
He's still shooting, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
he's
he
too
shoots
far
step
away
back
from the
threes,
basket.
yeah.
Right?
He played well in that Warriors series.
But those two guys, buddy, you put about 30 pounds on them from this point. I mean, they're both number 2 picks, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Some of these guys fill out earlier, right? Some of them are more ready-made. You see Paolo, he looks like a damn monster already, right? Some of them takes a little bit longer.
Jabari went third.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, because it was Paolo 1, Chet 2.
Oh, okay.
I guess I was just looking at.
Boy, that's going to end up looking like a amazing top 3.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It will, because Paolo's already going to be one of the top 5 or 10 players in the league.
Dude, that's a
and I
really
think
good.
Chet and Jabari, I'm one of those that give me all the stock for both of them in terms of whatever you think they are now. Show me what they're going to look like in 4 years from now, because it's going to be. Oh, and they're 25.
Here's that draft. Paolo, Chet, Jabari. Keegan Murray went 4th. Jaden Ivey 5th. Benedict Mathurin 6th. Shaden Sharp 7th.
I mean, we're no bums so far.
Dyson Daniels 8th.
We're no bums.
First team all defense.
Jeremy Sohan 9.
He decent. Oh, we're going to get to a bum. We get into a bum now. Sorry about
Johnny
that.
Davis 10.
Wow!
Yeah.
10? Wait, that's a Grizzly.
Yeah,
Number
It's a Grizzly.
Now watch this.
We traded for Johnny Davis.
Did he get a jersey?
Number 11.
He never.
No, he never got a
They
jersey.
didn't even get him a flight.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, they booked him on Spirit, but it got canceled.
Yeah. No, he's still at baggage claim.
He's still to this day. Rosa, on May 23rd,
He's still at baggage
Johnny Davis
claim.
is waiting for the Grizzlies flight to Memphis.
He's waiting on his bag.
He's like, I could have sworn they said they got me a flight.
He's just been sitting there for 3 months at baggage claim.
Oh, man.
11?
Poor Johnny Davis, man.
Say hi to Johnny Davis if you're a Spirit baggage claim.
Yeah. This is 11 Usman Jing.
We don't know yet. Right?
12?
I mean, that was Oklahoma City, wasn't it?
Yes.
What roster is he on?
It was. He's on the Oklahoma City's roster.
He still is?
Yeah, still there.
Are
yeah.
you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just never plays.
Yeah.
He probably cold as hell.
Yeah.
He never gonna touch the court.
He's athletic. That was the Knicks pick, traded to Oklahoma City. Number 12 was the Clippers pick, traded to Oklahoma City. This is from the Paul George deal, Jalen Williams.
Oh, my God.
Number 13, Jalen Duren. And then 14 is...
This draft is... Johnny Davis is literally an Usman Jang.
And number 14 was Ochai Agbaji. That's the lottery.
To the point about Usman Jang, in the G League this year, he averaged 20 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists.
Oh, my God.
No, I saw him play.
And he's just sitting
I've seen him play. I've seen him play in the G League. He's freaking good. Yeah.
6.
Come on, bro.
He can't get on the court.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Well, we saw Trey Mann.
Where do they get these dudes from? Like, they got dudes on dudes on dudes on dudes that can play.
Usman Jang doesn't even play.
Doesn't even play. Averaging 21, 6, and 7 in the G. Is he cold in the G, Roger?
Yeah, he's good. Yeah,
See?
we played him. We played it. He played.
So
earlier this year. We played him.
So the only one the jury's not out on is Johnny Davis. Out of the whole lottery.
Out of the whole lottery.
Because we could say jury's out on
He's a
Jang.
bust.
We could say jury's out on Jang and jury's out on Agbaji.
Yeah.
Who's okay.
Agbaji's a role player. It's fine. Role player in the
Keep
league.
going. Mark Williams. Right?
Mark Williams, 15. AJ Griffin, 16, who retired.
What's that? Screw basketball.
17 is Tari Eason.
Yeah, retired. Having a guy that you drafted in that draft already retired is wild.
Crazy, yeah. Dalen Terry Eason was 17. Dalen Terry, 18.
Why did he retire? Can somebody?
Mental health.
Yeah.
See, bro, it's always a mental health, bro.
Yeah.
Oh no,
he gave up basketball.
He retired to be a minister, bro.
Yeah. To have a career in
He
ministry.
retired to go beat Kurt Franklin.
To follow Jesus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's like Jonathan
I
Isaac.
thought it was mental health.
So we're telling people
Who was
to
the
put
mental
hands
health
together.
one? Who was the mental health one?
That was that guy we had, Tyrell Terry, right?
Oh, yeah.
that's the
That's
guy
why. That's who I was thinking.
That's
of.
gonna be a forever trivia question, by the way.
Tyrell Terry?
That 21-22 team photo, the dude in the number 3 jersey.
Yeah.
I'm like, who is that dude?
Tyrell Terry.
Tyrell Terry, man. Stanford legend.
That's true. 18 was Dalen Terry. He's not good. 19, LaRavia. 20, Malachi Branham. 21, this one hurts. I love Jake, but this one hurts because he was there. Christian Brown.
Oh, we could have got him. Oh God, we got David Roddy, huh?
And Christian Brown
took
was
the
awesome
wrong,
at
we
Kansas.
took the wrong white guy.
We did.
22 was Walker Kessler. 23 was David Roddy.
And by the way, that made me mad when Kleiman did his postseason press conference and said that his mistake was not picking up LaRavia's option. I was like, okay. I mean, seriously, we missed.
He would have been.
We missed the 4 points he would have scored against Oklahoma City.
He would have been our best wing defender in the playoffs.
Stop.
I mean, that's true.
Huh?
Jake competes, bro.
The rest of the rest of the first round's not great. That now, Peyton Watson was the last pick of the first round.
But Naz Reid can't score on that.
Yeah, right. The first pick of the second round, Andrew Nemhard. First pick of the second round.
Wow.
Then
I think I saw a thing where his brother's in this draft.
He is.
All right, let's get him.
Yeah. By the way, we were on Nemhard in that draft because he freaking killed the Tigers in the tournament. It wasn't Drew, Timmy, or Chet.
Yeah.
It was freaking Nemhard.
It was Nemhard killed us. Hey, what's the little brother? He's coming in, right?
Yeah, his Ryan Nemhard.
Yeah.
Ryan Nemhard is his name.
I'm with it. It'd be our luck. He'd be like,
he'd be like Jalen Williams' little brother.
Like Jello Ball. He'd be like the Jello.
Cody Williams.
He'd like Jello Ball, the brother.
I don't know. Cody Williams could end up being good one day. He's young. Like,
want to bet?
He's going.
It could be 6 years from now.
He's going to be.
Want to bet?
No, he's going to be ass.
Kim K ass. I will tell you that right now.
That is big. That's big.
I feel like
That's
we've
big.
seen him.
It's what
we've
that
seen
is.
him move around enough. He ain't got it, bro.
With her nipple
He
pierced
reminded me so
Whatever.
much of Zaire Williams. Damn. He did. I mean, coming out of the draft.
Yeah.
Like, do I remember when we were talking about who would we want with that pick? And I was like, nah, I got PTSD on this. It's like the guy's name's Williams, and he didn't do crap. And every time people were like, you need to see this kid on Colorado. And I would tune into Colorado, and KJ Simpson and Tristan DeSilva were killing it. And I'm like, who cares about this other guy?
Yeah, right.
He doesn't even play.
Yeah, bro. I'm good on
And then
that.
KJ Simpson clipped friggin' Jalen Wells this year.
The other Jalen Williams.
First time I had seen him since Colorado.
He did.
It's like, oh, that's what you weird.
It was the first
That's
time I'd
right.
seen him since.
Yeah.
I was like, that's that guy I used to watch at Colorado.
Yeah, you got a jersey, you got an NBA jersey.
The other Jalen Williams went 34th. They got both Jalen Williams in the same
little
draft.
draft right here,
Max Christie went 35th. Max Christie can play.
By the way, that other Jalen Williams, the Arkansas one, doesn't even play in this series.
No.
Has he touched the floor?
Dude, the only thing he did
In
last
2
night,
games?
they had him mic'd up, and he was on like, yeah, two.
Has he played in 2 games?
Let me see. I got you. Hold on, give me a second.
Either one? I don't remember him being out there at all.
I don't think he's played, bro.
I mean, that's crazy.
He played in the Denver series.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, in this
he was a
series?
big factor in the Denver series. Now he's
I
getting
think he
DNPs.
played in game
was
one.
guarding
Didn't he play in game
Jokic.
one?
Bro, they won by 85 points in game 1. He was the only player that got a DNP.
Damn, that's like Xavier Tillman stuff.
He has not played in either game.
Let me look at game 2. That was game 1. Give me
He didn't play last
He
night.
didn't play last night.
that's
No,
two
he didn't play.
back-to-back DNPs.
Damn, he was Xavier Tillman in game 1. He's the
He
only
was
dude who
guarding,
couldn't
he
get
was
in.
guarding Jokic in the
Jokic.
Denver series,
Yeah.
like effectively.
Now he's just cheerleader, man.
And he can knock down threes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's gross.
They got too many good
You
players.
don't even have to play him.
They got too many good
You
players.
don't even have to play the guy.
You ain't got to play it, bro. That's and it's crazy. Like they're big. Like, even the guys that don't play, like Dylan Jones, Usman Dang, like they got dudes everywhere, bro.
Well, Kendrick
Williams with the shag.
They say that he's like he's the new Collison.
OG.
Yeah, he's just going to be there forever.
Just hanging out.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
He's like been there for a long time, and there is something to that. It's like the guy that's just been around. Like we were talking about the vet thing earlier,
Yeah.
and it's like here's the guy that kind of shows you the ropes, shows you. That's why they keep guys like good organizations keep guys like Collison, keep guys like Udonis Haslem, keep guys like. That's why they got those guys around.
John Conchar.
I know ours.
Conchar's been here forever.
I know, and I know. Our. Here's the way the Grizzlies work. Guy is the goofiest bastard on the roster.
Views.
You see he posted on Instagram?
Yeah, it was
What
like
did he
it was
post on
like
Instagram?
ball grind and something.
He's so funny.
Just a bunch of hashtags.
He's so
It was,
funny.
let's see.
He is hilarious.
Conchor's
Just me,
hilarious.
The Rock in the grind.
Me, the Rock, and the grind. And
Shout
he
out Jitty.
And you know he thinks that's so funny.
And he has not posted he hadn't posted
No.
all season until then.
He thinks that's funny.
Jitty, information technologist, Memphis Grizzlies.
It is funny. Information technologist.
Yeah.
It is photo-
It is funny.
His Avi's
He
from like
is
his rookie-
hilarious.
He is hilarious. Jitty is legitimately funny.
Yes.
Like legitimately funny, bro.
Yes.
Like not like fake.
And he's not, and he's all the guys that are the funniest, like him, like never let you know that they know how funny it is. Like they never laugh at the joke, and they never laugh at the way they're talking. They just present it as if that's the way they speak.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Oh, you ready to get up? You ready to play some hoop tonight?
Then then you laugh.
Like,
They're like,
what?
you laugh like, what's so funny, bro? Like, bro, you know what you said's funny.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
He will never let you know. What was the mic'd up segment? What was the phrase he kept using?
Oh no.
He had the best mic'd up segment in the history of the NBA.
Hold on.
Oh,
The John Conchar mic'd up segment.
What did he keep
What did he
doing?
keep
Oh,
saying?
yeah,
Was
he
it
did.
fun?
Was it sports?
Sports fun?
Neat.
Neat?
Mike, hold on, let me see. I got you, bro.
What did he keep saying? Jalen, see if you can find that.
Yeah, should you find the
John Conchar mic'd up?
It shouldn't be
I'm
that
sure
hard to
it's
find.
I'm sure it's on Twitter somewhere or something. But he was,
He said it was neat, but it was something else. He kept saying it over and over again to somebody.
Yeah, Tyus, I think.
It was neat.
I think it was Tyus
I think
Jones
it was neat. It was
that he
what-
kept
yeah.
saying. Anyways, here, I'm sure he'll be able to find it. We got to find this.
Oh, you posted it on what? You
I did?
Yeah, you posted
I posted it.
2020.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough.
Hold on, let me see.
Of course I posted it. That's my guy.
Hold on, let me. Oh yeah, this is
The best mic'd up ever.
I'm sending it to you in the chat, Jalen.
John Conchar experience.
Check the chat. It was in COVID.
Oh, it was?
It was in COVID mic'd up. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I posted that in a mask.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, people got to respect my grind.
You did post it
I
in the
posted
mask.
that on Twitter while wearing a mask.
Through COVID time.
Takes a
Look at
lot.
that. And you couldn't drink a bottle of water or nothing. Jalen, you should have it, bro.
When they used to make me walk out in the hallway of FedEx Forum to take a sip of water, I was like, I hate all of
COVID
you.
was so stupid. I'm like, God, there's like 10 people in the crowd. Why do we have to be in? It's like one media member,
It's like, sir,
then 10
sir,
open seats,
sir,
another media
sir.
member. Like
I'd feel like a tap on my shoulder. Like, sir. I'm like sneaking like a freaking drug addict.
Yeah, right. You're like, bro, I'm not doing coke.
I just want to drink water. I'm attempting to be hydrated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Pulling down my mask.
Yeah, tough times, man.
Ridiculous. They're like, sir, if you're going to take a sip of the water, you need to walk out in the hall. I'm like, why? Why?
Yeah.
What is being out in the hall? What are we doing? Do you guys understand how dumb this is?
It's so dumb.
What are we doing? I'm like, you made us all get vaccinated, and we've all had COVID 3 times.
I do love that. I do. You know, I thought.
Do you remember I never passed the test? They kept sticking the swab in my brain, and finally they just said, "Okay, time's run out."
Yeah.
Like every time I went back, they're like, "Nope, still have it," and I'm like, "It's been a month.
I don't have it, bro.
I'm for sure. I'm fine."
Bro, we were the only people in this building for like a whole year, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, you remember that? I was so mad when they made me stay home.
I'm glad it.
They made me stay home. They're like, because William had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My son had it. And they're like, contact tracing. If your son had it, you've got to be. I'm like,
what a time
you don't
contact tracing
understand. Both of my kids are home all day. I can't be home.
What a time contact tracing.
The only thing I have is this show. It gets me away from It's like I'd rather gone to jail.
Was locked up, boy. It was Akon, bro, during COVID.
All right, hey, here's Conchar's mic'd up.
Hey, it's going down, yeah. Here comes the infamous dunk shot. Get you some dunk shots today, you know. Nice dunk shot, Des.
Yeah, welcome back, Jitty. Jitty back. Playing some sports tonight.
It's a great sports game here. Yes. Man.
Shout out Killian Tilly.
Hey, it's game time. Yeah.
Dude, them wearing
Nothing like a
masks.
basketball game, you know? Nothing like a basketball game. Oh, yeah, cut. Oh, yeah, Dez! Thanks for dunking that, baby. That's off him. That's off his knee. Hey! Hey! Take over, DB. Let's go, DB! Let's go. Let's put him away early. Yeah, you got your shirt on backwards if you care.
Dude. You said your shirt is on backwards.
He said dunk shot. That's what I was thinking
Dunk
about.
shot.
Yeah.
Nice dunk shot.
Dunk shot.
And then
Shout
he
out to
called it
man.
a sports game.
Sports
Yeah.
game. Great sports game today.
Great sports game.
Great sports game.
Saw Killian Tilly in those videos. Shout out Killian
I saw
Tilly.
your favorite player, Justice Winslow.
Yeah. And them wearing
You remember?
wearing masks.
You remember when Killian Tilly sold all his Grizzlies gear on the players' trunk?
Yes, bro.
He did.
All his gear.
All right, yeah, let's take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll knock out the rest of the show after this. Chris Vernon Show.
We're going to
Let's
do
do
our,
it.
our pick six favorite Outkast songs in honor of Outkast being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Elevators is the most creative.
Me and you.
Yes. Your mama and your cousin too.
And I can't, every time I hear somebody say me
Sitting
and
on
you,
a-
I just
go to the next one, right?
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
1, 2, 3.
Ready, go.
You've seen the Grizz line jamming on the court and rocking out on Beale Street, and this is your chance to join the best drum line in the NBA. Grizz line entertains Grizz Nation at home games and events in the Mid-South through their impressive techniques and energetic shows. If you have experience in drumming and marching and love entertaining, Grizz line is the perfect opportunity for you to combine percussion and performance. Open auditions are Saturday, August 9th at FedEx Forum. Sign up today by visiting grizzlies.com/auditions.
Creed. By overwhelming demand, the Summer of '99 tour returns. July 27th, FedEx Forum. With very special guest, Daughtry. And Mammoth. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Don't miss Creed with Daughtry and Mammoth. The Summer of '99 tour.
Yesterday was the talk of the town. It was a cow on the side of the road.
Do you live close to a movie theater? I'm just curious because maybe the cow was trying to go to the movies.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Bain drives.
Oh yeah.
Close. He hits and the Grizzlies have the lead.
Yeah!
Jarrett with a knockaway.
Good defense.
Durant attacking, spinning, hanging, and hitting.
That's no show. Let's go.
The Grizzlies, grannies, and grandpas have the right moves and are currently looking for new members to join their team for the upcoming season. These soulful seniors are a fan favorite group throughout Grizz Nation. You do not have to be a grandparent, but you must be at least 50 years old with personality, rhythm, and passion for performing. If that sounds like you, then we want to see you on Sunday, June 29th. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions for more information. Have you always dreamed of entertaining on the biggest stage in Memphis? The Claw Crew is looking for members to join their team for the 2025-2026 season. Claw Crew members are hardworking, high-energy entertainers who assist Grizzlies home games by hyping up the crowd and much more. Not only do they support the Grizzlies on home games, but also promote in Memphis and across the Mid-South. Open auditions are Saturday, August 9th at FedEx Forum. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions for more information and to register today.
Welcome back to the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, back to your host, Chris Vernon.
Just be cool. Throwing dead presidents. Look alive. Party is
All right, we're back. Chris Vernon Show. All right, a couple things we got to get to. I thought it was super funny about the Michael Malone stuff. He was not going to let that thing linger after he had gone on ESPN and in the postgame show after game one said that's why Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the MVP. Yeah. And then everybody in Denver got their panties in a wad over that one. So former Nuggets coach Michael Malone raised more than a few eyebrows, says the ESPN article, with his lofty praise of Oklahoma City Thunder guard Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But he wanted to set the record straight with the city of Denver last night. Nikola Jokic, not Gilgeous-Alexander, was his pick for MVP this season. Yeah. Says, I did vote for him again this year if I had a vote. Malone, who appeared as a guest analyst on ESPN before game two, says, I want to make sure the people in Denver know that because right now, I'm getting a lot of heat back home. He still lives there.
Yeah, so he had to make sure his house
you can't walk
Yeah.
around and telling people that SGA is the MVP.
I thought he's really good.
He is really good.
You could tell that they on that pregame show let him talk and everybody else shut up.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like Stephen A., Kendrick, all y'all, let the coach do the talking. He's been good for sure.
Bob Myers is pretty good too.
Yeah.
I like hearing what Bob Myers has to say just because Bob Myers was the, he was the general manager for a team that won.
Somebody's face for me.
I thought you were going to say, you know what? Bob Myers.
He has a weird face.
You know what's crazy? I'm going to tell you a little fun fact about Bob Myers. So one year I was at Summer League, right? I don't know Bob Myers personally, but I was at Summer League. And Bob Myers was like tall.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I was like, I was talking to somebody, and they're like, bro, he hoops with everybody all the time. And I was like, what? They're like, dude, he still hoops like all the time.
Yeah.
And he's awesome. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? And they're like, he was on the UCLA team that won the national title. And I was like, he was? I had no idea.
He's 6'7", bro.
Dude, if you see him in person, it's jarring. Like, dude, this dude is tall for a freaking. I was like, I didn't know this guy, the GM.
I wonder if him and Pelinka play.
I just knew him as the GM of the Warriors.
Yeah.
He won number
And then
24.
I rolled up on him in summer league, and I'm like, Jesus! And I started talking to somebody. They're like, bro, he plays all the time still.
Yeah.
They're like, that's why he's in such good shape. He still hoops. They're like, he will give you buckets. And I'm like, well, for sure, he's 6'7". But like beyond that, they're like, no, he's good.
I wonder if Rob Pelinka still plays too.
I don't know.
Because he was on the Fab Five Michigan team.
Yep.
He was on those Michigan teams.
They got a lot of them in Golden State. They got, I mean, he ended up going to them more like Mike Dunleavy. Look at that boy in that 24 jersey.
Look at him.
In the Reebok 24 jersey.
Hey, they said he could really hoop.
For real.
I mean, I don't know what his college career like. I'm just talking about as an adult. Like, you know what I mean? When you're playing out on the court or whatever.
He played in 76 games as a UCLA player, 1.4 points per game. But that's still a college basketball player, though, bro.
And he was on a great team.
Yeah.
No, they like he's not like a guy that you want to play pickup against. Is the point. And honestly, you ever see college guys? I mean, I've played against NAIA guys that never miss. It feels like
it's a different level, bro.
No,
yeah,
like even the Division III dudes are cold.
Yes,
dude. I told a story one day on the show about I told this story on the show and who was it? Was it John Albright ran up on me and he was like, I heard you telling the story on the show about how when I first moved here, there was a local gym I used to go to, and there was like this older dude, like 40s or 50s, had like a thick mustache.
Yeah.
The guy never missed, like ever. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Every time he got the ball, 3, bang, didn't even matter. Half court, bang, didn't even matter. And finally one day we're sitting there, and I'm like, what is the deal with this guy? And they're like, oh, Ricky? And I was like, yeah, Ricky. And they're like, he was on the Final Four team in the 80s. And I was like, what? And I went and looked up, like, I had to go back home and I'm like, Google, and I'm like, who was it? It was the guy's name's Ricky McCoy.
Yeah.
Never missed. Never.
Yeah, they don't.
Never. He was on the 84-85 Tiger team, the Final Four team.
Yeah.
Crazy. And he's just still like he was in I know, and of course I just thought he was like somebody's dad.
Yeah, but
and I'm like, why does this guy never miss? His old man is killing me.
It never leaves, bro.
Huh?
It never leaves you. It never leaves you.
All right, so we college football, we've got to mention this. College football playoffs is getting their seeding model straight. Last year was so stupid. Ohio State had to go through a who's who, you remember? Remember we got to the playoff and we were like, how the hell does Ohio State have a tougher gig than Penn State? Like, this is ridiculous. Penn State's getting to play like Boise and whoever.
I don't think it's that. I think it's more that Boise and Arizona State got buys. That's what they're fixing.
That was weird. That was mad weird.
No, but by virtue of them getting buys, these other teams, it's like, oh, hold on now. Why is Penn State's road easier than Ohio State's road?
Yeah.
This doesn't make any sense. And so the 12-team college football playoff is going to move to a straight seeding model. This is great. Like, they did it for the first time. There was obvious problems with that, so they fixed it. I can't believe college football just did something well.
It's crazy how
I'm going to give them credit.
You see it.
It says they're rewarding the selection committee's top 4 teams with the top 4 seeds and a first-round bye. Sounds easy.
Amazing.
Like, none of this, like, conference champion bull crap. None of this, like, okay, Power 5, non-Power 5. Like, no. The best 4 teams get buys. Easy enough. Because that's not
now
what
the debates over who
what,
the 4 best teams
yeah,
are.
but that's not what happened last year.
No, it was really complicated last year.
The 10 football FBS commissioners and Notre Dame athletic director Pete Bevekwa, which you should give me big credit for being able to say that. The only reason I can is because that was a guy when I did that Peacock gig. He was the guy at NBC.
Oh, so you're there.
Yeah. Notre Dame just hires NBC guys every time. Their last AD was that too.
Okay.
Yeah, they just stands to reason.
Right.
They had that NBC deal forever.
Yeah, they've had it forever.
They constitute college football's management committee. Blah blah blah. They reached a unanimous agreement necessary to make the change yesterday afternoon. Last season, the 4 highest-ranked conference champions earn the top 4 seeds. Now, independent Notre Dame is eligible to earn a first-round bye if the Irish are ranked in the top 4. Because that was the other thing. People were like, bro, Notre Dame, if they're good, they're going to have a great gig every year because they're going to be like 5, right? They're going to be like kind of just locked into that one, and they're going to have a great opportunity every year because of their path. It's like almost better to be 5.
Yeah.
So now the 4 highest ranked conference champions, they are no longer the ones that are getting it. It's going to be the top 4 teams. The 5 highest ranked conference champions are still guaranteed a spot in the 12-man field. So, look, they had the 12. That was fine. It was just the rankings of it, right?
Yeah.
It was the rankings of it because it's like, look, at this point, I mean, how can you bitch about if you're not one of the 12?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Play better.
Sorry,
Play
right?
better.
Yes. And so they evaluated their first year. And they say, all right, here's an easy thing and what everybody should switch out because that's not right. We can't just have the highest ranked conference champions. We just need to have the best teams. Yeah. Have the best teams be the ones that get the buys because you want to be able to see the matchups, right?
Yep.
And if those teams get clipped, they get clipped. But hopefully what we get in the end is the best teams playing against each other at the end, right? And maybe and inevitably one of the 4 will get clipped.
Yeah. Maybe we won't feel as exhausted as we were last year. You know what I'm saying? We got to that last game. We were like, oh boy.
I think also part of the exhaustion was the game sucked.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
They did.
It was some beatdowns.
Arizona State, Texas was awesome.
Yeah.
Do you remember another one?
Tennessee, Ohio State was a beatdown.
Do you remember another one?
Oregon, Ohio State was a beatdown. Georgia, Notre Dame was close.
That was like a rock fight, though.
Yeah, it was.
Penn State. It was a terrible football game.
Penn State, Notre Dame. Penn State, Notre Dame was really good.
Threw the pick?
That's when Drew Allen threw the pick on the final
that one.
Yeah,
we had a
was
game that
fun
night, though.
We did.
We had a game. We were in the
that
arena.
Was a fun one. He threw a little
But
pick.
that was you're right. That one was fun.
Yeah.
But Arizona State, Texas is the only one I remember.
Off the top.
Yeah, Notre Dame killed Indiana.
That's what I'm saying. Ohio State whooped Tennessee.
Ohio State killed everybody.
They did.
They killed everybody.
It was just bad. I think that was
That's
what led
fatigue.
to
The
game stunk.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's like, bro, why this playoff stinks?
Yeah.
None of these games are even fun to watch.
The model's cool, but like the games are not.
All right. Speaking of fun to watch,
let's go.
We have a chance tonight. I hope this lives up to it. As I said with the Timberwolves, you see the adjustments that are made in game 2, and it doesn't come, and it doesn't have some kind of profound effect. That's when you really got to worry. And that's why, and in fact, not only did it not have a profound effect, they all ended up super frustrated to the point where their franchise player, face of the franchise, is like not even doing his media obligations, right? Because he cursed in the first game. So he's probably like, all right, well, they can't find me if I don't talk. And I can't talk without cursing at this point. So I'll just sit this out. And now he's going to get fined for not talking.
Yep.
Right?
You can't win for losing that.
Yeah. So anyways, and he's already been fined $430,000 this year, by the way. Knicks-Pacers. Please, God, let this be like it was in game 1. We'll never get anything like that one again. I don't think. I mean, look, the Pacers have obviously got a DVD for the ages already.
Yes.
Between 3 of the most unbelievable playoff comebacks that we've ever seen. Maybe the 3 most unbelievable comebacks we've ever seen, considering that no one has come down from 7 with under 90 seconds, and they did it twice before they came down, and Aaron Nesmith made 6 threes in 5 minutes in the last game. I hope it's great, though.
Yeah, give me competitive. That's all I want.
To me, it is a Knicks absolute must-win.
You think
because,
so?
Yes, because here's the thing. The same way I just said that about the Wolves thing. I think about this. So I think about this in a way, and as I said, you say, oh, no, the series doesn't start until somebody loses at home or whatever, blah, blah. Well, that series has started then, right? Because they've already lost at home. But they're not winning 4 out of 5 against that team. They're not. They're not going 4-1 against them, that's what it would necessitate if they lose tonight. 3-2, easy. Like, again, you've lost home court advantage, but you can go 3-2.
Yeah.
You're not.
Oh yeah, you.
To me, that's why it's a must-win because you're not going to go 4-1 with them having home court advantage the rest of the way.
Yeah, you can't go down 0-2 at the crib.
Right.
And MSG, no.
You hit 1-1 because then you can go there and you can say, all right, we got to get a split there.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'd expect, right? I think that's what I expect.
Good
I expect New York to win tonight, then get a split in Indiana, and now we're playing a 2-2 game 5.
Yep.
That's what I think. You guys agree?
I think the Knicks win tonight.
I want that thing to go 7 games so bad, especially because the West Conference stinks. I mean, Minnesota's got I'm so down on them right now after what I watched last night. That was pathetic.
It was tough.
Pathetic.
It's tough. But yeah, I think the Knicks win tonight.
Oh, Dr. Thunder. Look at him.
What are you?
Join me and feel the power of the dark side of Dr. Thunder. Join me, young apprentice, and feel the dark side
why does he have a lisp?
Of Dr. Thunder.
Why does Dr. Thunder have a lisp?
Oh, someone's never seen Star Wars.
Do I look like somebody that watched Star Wars?
You should. It's okay.
Do I look like a Star Wars guy to you?
You get tapped.
What is a
That's a Sith Lord.
Wait. Hold on.
Chancellor Palpatine.
No. I'm not letting you do this. There is a difference.
There is a Star Wars guy.
Understood. But there are also people that have watched Star Wars.
Yeah. Like, I'm not a Star Wars guy, but I've seen that. I know that.
There is Star Wars guy, and then there is people that have watched Star Wars.
Yeah.
Right?
I am neither.
Huh?
I am neither.
You should watch
I don't check either.
You should watch it.
I don't like that kind of stuff.
It'll teach you life lessons.
Dev.
Yes, it will.
Eat a couple gummies and watch Star Wars. Get
Bro,
tapped in.
Bro, I don't like that intergalactic stuff, bro. The stuff that be in space and like Harry Potter, bro. I don't mess with that kind of stuff.
Harry Potter is not in space.
Like the magic and stuff, bro. I don't mess with that, bro.
You don't like magic or space?
Like fantasy, I don't really mess with.
I don't think Star
stuff.
Wars is magic.
Like fantasy and shit, I don't mess with it, bro. I don't know. I've never been like a big fantasy kind of guy, like movie guy. Like I want my movie to feel like real.
You watch anime.
That's cartoon.
You watch wrestling.
And you watch wrestling.
Okay, that's theater, bro. That's like theater, bro. It's
not the same thing. Making up your own rules.
That's not the same thing, bro.
Moving goalposts.
Bye for now.
Jalen.
Bye for now.
Jalen.
Bye for now.
Back-to-back days, bro. Come on, bro.
Yeah. Goodbye. All right, everybody have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
Stay safe, have fun, and we will return on Tuesday.
Maybe.
And hopefully,
Devin will have watched Star Wars.
We are talking about good basketball series, sports games.
With dunk shots.
Thank you to Devin Walker. Thank you to John Rose across the glass next to Jalen back in the studio.
Thank you, Corey McCain.
Tuesday. We gone.